Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. It's good to see you again. Welcome back to this week's performance and episodes of Storytime with Miss Mithril.
Yeah, it's good to see you all again. You guys like my new scarf? I got a new scarf. Looks just like me, except longer. I guess I could be as long as if I wanted to, right? How am I doing?
Splendidly. Well, Auntie, are you excited about what we're going to be learning this week?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what we learned about a couple weeks ago when we were building the airplane.
Oh, shh, don't spoil it.
Oh, sorry. It was kind of be a semi-surprise. That means it's a little bit of a surprise.
Well, yes. Today we will be building ourselves another plane, just like we did before, except made of a different material. Because this week we're talking about things that can fly.
Yeah, lots of different things fly. What kind of things fly again? Do apples fly?
They can sail if you throw them.
Oh, okay. No, they don't have wings.
A lot of things fly, and you have to use wings in order to fly. For example, an airplane has metal long wings, like this.
Yeah, like this.
And both sides. And birds, they can fly too. But do their wings look the same as on an airplane? No. What do they have on them that help them fly? Feathers. One of Miss Mithril's most favorite things. As a matter of fact, if you look carefully, my hair clips look like bird wings today.
Well, let me see.
See the little wings? Just clip them up there. These are some of my most favorite accessories. I love wings. I love the idea of flying. There are a lot of people out there that don't like being up in the air or flying. They have something called acrophobia. Acrophobia means the fear of flying.
Now, some people, like you, I guess, have the exact opposite. So, what would you call that?
That's a good question. I don't know if there's a word for someone that loves flying.
We're gonna have to look that one up. How about we make that a project? When we come back next time, Miss Mithril will have the answer of what is it called when you have a love of flying.
Beep beep.
What's that?
You tossed me under the bus. Alright, so real quick, let's go ahead and get out our time and our schedule. We'll get that started.
Alright, I'm gonna go get the front row seat. See you guys in a bit.
Alright, it is time. It's time. Yes, time. Alright, so right now it is 11:25. As you can see, our red hand is on the 11, right over here. And the blue long hand is on the 5 that indicates 25. Now let's do our 5 times table real quick. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and that's our 5 times table. Let's examine it one more time. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The 5 represents the 25, as you can see right there. And that's 11:25 a.m. because it's morning time still. Next up, we're going to get out our schedule. What's first up? Always story time. Looks like the fun letters are having fun again. The letter U is all wiggled up. Let's take that X, plop it right there. Signify is time for story time. Alright, and today's story is called Cockle-Doodle-Hoo. Or rather, Cockle-Doodle-Hoo! It's a long word because there's so many O's there. Do you see all the O's? So he's saying, Cockle-Doodle-Hoo! All right, let's get started. Cockle-Doodle-Hoo by Mick Manning. Illustrated by Britta Granstrom. Hey, her last name kind of sounds like Maelstrom. Yeah, it does. You think they're related? I don't know. I don't think so. Where are we in this picture? On a farm. Can you see what's happening on this farm? It's dark and raining, that's right. Oh, what's that in the mud? That poor little owl. Ooh. One stormy night, an owl walked into a farmyard. He was cold, lost, and lonely, with no place to go. So he squeezed in through a hole in a shed. It was warm and cozy inside, and he fell fast asleep. In the morning, Owl woke to a nip and a pinch. He heard clucking and squawking. He was surrounded by bony feet and beady eyes. He was in a hen house. He's no hen. He's no rooster. We need a rooster. Ooh. What a shame. We could give him a try. Oh, they're talking about needing a rooster. What do you think they want to give him a try about? Let's see. Can he peck like a rooster? Said one bossy hen. Owl tried to peck. Can he scratch like a rooster? Owl tried to scratch. The hens awarded him no points for pecking, no points for scratching. Can he cock-a-doodle-doo like a rooster? Owl tried to cock-a-doodle-doo. Whoo! No points for cock-a-doodling. What a clown! What a loser! He'll have to go! Hoo hoo! Cried Owl sadly. He liked the warm, cozy hen house and the yard dappled with spring sunshine. The speckled hen put her bony wings around him. I'll teach you how to be a rooster, she clucked. And she did. Owl learned how to march up and down. Guard the hen house. And puff out his feathers. He was doing very well. Until the other hen said, "Try a cockle-doodle-doo." Owl tried very hard. He tried his best. Whoo! But he was just an owl after all, and he just hooted like an owl. The other hens were not impressed. "Goggle eyes! A rooster must cockle-doodle-doo. All he does is hoot." "What sort of an egg did you hatch out of? A square one?" Oh my goodness, they are not being very nice to him at all, are they? Owl got cross. Means he got very angry. He had had enough. He was hungry and he was fed up with the silly hens. So he said, "I am an owl, not a fowl." Owls aren't hens. We hoot in the moonlight. We don't peck corn. We catch... Rats! Squawked a hen, peering into the hen house. Rats! A rat! A rat is in our hen house! Oh dear. The rat was stealing eggs, eating corn, chasing chicks. When Owl heard this, he pricked up his ear tufts, he flexed his sharp claws, and stretched his soft wings. Then, silently as a floating feather, he flew across the hen house. Whoo! Snip, snap! He caught the rat and gobbled it up. The rat was tasty and delicious. The hens were speechless. They fussed around Owl in a flurry of feathers and clucks. An owl puffed out his chest with a swagger and shouted, "Cockle-doodle-hoo! Our very own special rooster! Our beautiful goggle-eyed rooster! Our hero! Our rat-catching owl!" I'm surprised to see him in the daytime. Look at that, leading the way. All the hens are following him, and even the chicks. Leaving the farmer dazed and confused. Oh, goodness. Oh, that was pretty fun. So at first the owl didn't know how he could help the hens. He didn't know what he was good for on the farm. Sometimes we feel that way. You might go to a new place, and you want to stay there. You want to be helpful. But it might take a little time to learn just how to be helpful. In this case, we had two different creatures that can fly. Well, we had a chicken, or the hens, and the owls. What do they have in common? They both have wings, and they're both types of birds. But the fact that the hens stay out in the daytime while the owls tend to prey and hunt at night makes them very different. Whew! Goodness me. Oh, this is unexpected. Speaking of flying, there is a hornet that just flew right past the camera. Did you see that? Whew! Well, I'll tell you what, friends. Whenever I see a hornet, Miss Mithral gets very nervous. I really don't like things that can sting. And this wasp can fly and sting. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it alone. It has gone to my window, and it's going to stay there, hopefully. I'm going to do everything I can to be very, very careful on the show and not make it upset. So it can stay over there, and we can continue over here. Sometimes, when you're feeling a little nervous or upset, it's good to take a deep breath. It makes you feel better and more clear-headed. Now, I'm going to very carefully, he's staying over there, good, bring up the schedule. We have finished story time. And it's time for the fun, despite the wasp. Can you check off the story time with me? Get your checkmark fingers out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and check. Alright, Mr. Wasp, if you want to watch from over there, you can enjoy and watch. And after the show, I'll help release you back into the wild where you belong. Now, I'm going to take just a moment to get ready. When I come back, you and I are going to put this plane together. Alright? Now I'll tell you more about it, like where you can get it from to get your very own. It's got stickers, And when I was a little girl, I used to love flying these things. I can't wait to share it with you. See you in just a moment. Okay, we are back. Oh, Mr. Wasp unexpectedly decided to fly up and got very close to me, so it made me a bit nervous for just a minute. Oh, but I've regained my composure for the most part. Taking a drink of water, did a nice stretch. Do another one real quick. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it. Alright, so it says that this plane has a 22-inch wingspan. You see that? So that means it's almost 2 feet long. And it's made of foam. Have you ever come across anything that's made of foam before? Foam? It's a dense material that's, makes this sound when you woo. When you rub your hand on it. And see, it's a lot like what we had made before, the wooden one. Do you remember? Along with the front, we have the cockpit. And we have the tail. Hashtag the show must go on. What we're going to do is stick the wings inside first. And here's one wing. But we know that planes don't fly like that, right? They don't flap like a bird's wing. No, they hold still and they help it glide. Alright, so we stick it on one side like that. See, it's already starting to come together. Get another piece. Stick it on the other side. Where's that wasp? Oh, goodness. I see him. Okay. As long as I can keep my eye on him, I'm happy. And, he's not too close. Alright, so we have a wing on both sides. Oh, gosh! Ah, please! Ooh. You think he's wanting to get on the show? I need to see your resume first, please, sir or ma'am, if you don't mind. Ah! Okay. Stick in the tail. Oh gosh. Ooh. Alright, friends, I was really hoping we could do this peacefully, but he's getting a little bit too close for comfort. I'm so sorry. I will be right back in just a minute. We will finish making our plane after I've helped Mr. Wasp get outside. Be right back. All right. So, I have the window open, and I'm going to let the wasp find its way to it and fly out. Unfortunately, I've lost track of him. I know he's somewhere on that side of the room. Just going to leave him alone, and we're going to continue and wrap up the show. If you're watching this at a later time, if we have to take another break, feel free to just fast forward to it. You'll know that we're back when you see this bar and this setup, rather than just the AFK slides that we have. You know, the one with the messages saying, we'll be right back. In the meantime, you can. And then it has the different messages. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Cautiously keeping an eye out. My doggy Rocky here is giving a scouting about. He knows that something's making me nervous. He can tell by the way I move and the sound of my voice that there's something in here that makes me uncomfortable. So he's keeping an eye out for me. I think I'd feel better if Maelstrom was in here because cats can see very small things move very quickly, very fast. They're very good at pointing out which way they are. The only downside is if Maelstrom were to see it, he'd probably go chasing after it, and I don't want that. Anyway, so we have our airplane. Now all it's missing are the cool stickers that come with it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. See what stickers we have? Ooh. Alright, so we have the little man inside. Let's see, go this way. Do you know what the person is called that flies the plane? That's right, the pilot. His job is to safely fly the plane. So we're going to start with him real quick. Have one sticker. I'm going to put him right in there. In this shape. Alright, if you're really good at puzzles, putting on stickers might be rather fun for you. Got him on one side. Alright. Now we have that same man on the other side. Stick him right there. Alright, there he is. Flying the plane safely on both sides. Okay. Next part is we want to put the flames on the tail. By the way, if you're curious where Miss Mithril got this from, I got it from my local dollar store. So, the next time you go out with Mom or Dad, maybe to get some shopping done, see if you can go to a family store of some sort where they sell inexpensive, cheap things that you can get for just a couple of bucks. This entire plane was only $1. Well worth it if you ask me. Alright, now I'm going to put on the other side. And I want both sides to match as best as I can. There we go. One sticker on one side. And the same sticker on the other side. Alright, and now we're going to decorate the flames on the wings. All these little flames. Can you count the fireballs with me so I know which side, how many to put on each side? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so I gotta do a little bit of math. So if I have 14 pieces and there are 2's that go into that number, it will go in 7 times. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's what you call your times 2 tables. That means you have 2's every time. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. We have 7. Alrighty. A little bit of advanced math there, but that's how I came up with that number. And the directions say they have a particular way that you put on the flames, but honestly, this is my plane, and I'm gonna do it the way I wanna. Whenever you have a kit, what you see on the picture is just a recommendation. That means you don't have to do it that way. When it comes to art and something that you're making for yourself, feel free to do what you want with it. Be silly with it. Have fun. So, let's see. So far, I have used 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I still have 10 left. I'm going to take 2 and put one her right there. And I'm going to put another one her. Yeah, it's about the same, right? Got one there, got one there. And now I just have, how many fireballs do I have left? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. I'm going to put the last 8 on my wings, like this. Okay, got 1, 2, 3. Do you guys hear those noises outside my window? I think the mailman is here. You open up your windows, you can hear all sorts of sounds out in the local city or neighborhood life. Like, I can hear my birds chirping. I can hear the mailman truck coming. And I can hear other cars passing by too. What kind of things do you hear outside your window? You know what one fun game can be? You can sit at the window with somebody that you love. Both of you close your eyes. And you try to imagine what sounds you hear outside the window. Have mom or dad help you by opening it up. And then see what you hear. Or hear what you hear. And I am done. This is the design I chose for my airplane. Now, here's a special little surprise. Between now and the next time we come back for the show, I am going to make a little video clip just for you, showing you how I can fly it. It's very easy. What I'll be doing is I'll be grabbing it just behind the wings here, and you 1, 2, 3, whoosh, like that. I'd throw it, but I'm afraid I might disrupt the wasp friend that we have going on around here. I still don't know exactly where it is. Alright. Okay, that's our fun time for that part. Now it is time for word time. But first, let's check that off on our schedule. Moving the X from the fun time down to word time. Fun time is done time. We had ourselves some fun time. Fun time is done time. Even though there was a wasp, it was fun time. Now it's word time. There you go. I fixed the W. And you know what? It's the one. Alright, today's word of the day. Janilla, how are you today? What's our word for the day? Okay. Thank you, Janilla. Today's word is pretty. P-R-E-T-T-Y. Pretty. Have you used the word pretty lately? What kind of things do we find pretty? Maybe like a nice dress? Or the colors on a seashell? Pretty is something that you really like to look at. Let's use it in a sentence. The wings on those birds are so pretty. All right, friends. Check off word time with me. Put the X right back up here. Get those chicken fingers off for me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And down, up, check. Word time is done. All right, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Don't worry. Miss Mithril's going to be extra safe when dealing with the wasp. I've dealt with them coming into my house before. The key is to stay calm. Sometimes I would have to kick them out of the classroom because what belongs in nature? Other things that belong in nature. So we have to let the wasp back out so he can go back to his home. His home isn't here. It's okay to visit, but I can't keep him here. Oh no. Alright, this is Miss Mithra signing off. Have a great day. I hope you go out and see some great flying things today. And if you feel up to it, tell me all about it. Reply to the comments section or send me a message on the wall, on the Facebook, or even on the YouTube, and let me know what kind of things you enjoy seeing flying in the air. We'll see you next time.